Alright, hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Argon Wins, and today we're doing a review, Walking Dead, Season 7, mid-season premiere, Episode 1, The Rock in the Road, which indeed may be a rock in the road, or it might just be rocking the whole boat, because today, I gotta say, man, I've never been this disappointed in Walking Dead. It just felt like the acting was it was just so mwah. It just felt like everybody was tired or lethargic or something. Everybody just seemed out of it the whole episode. Like nobody seemed to really be into character that much. From and I looked up some things, but before I get into all that, first of all, I want to let you guys know it's going to be a spoiler alert because I'm going to be talking about things that happens in the episode. Second of all, I want to let you guys know I did um, some reviews, probably like in the beginning of the season 7, and I deleted them because I didn't like them. But I'm gonna keep reviewing the show because every time I watch it, I get inspired. I want to do a review. I gotta talk about it with somebody. So basically, I have to talk about this. So anyway, so Walking Dead season 7 mid-season premiere. All right, let's see where we start. The beginning. So the kingdom. First time they showed the kingdom, I was so excited. The kingdom was so awesome, at least as far as like the mystery behind it. I guess the moment the curtain was raised and we got to see who the wizard really was, it kind of lost some of the magic. But seeing them redo it and us already knowing exactly what's going on here, that it's really, all a charade to keep the peace, it just made things kind of weird. And I don't think it would have been that weird, honestly, if it wasn't for the acting. The acting was garbage. Like, I'm not an actor, you know what I'm saying? But I can look at it and tell when it's good and I can tell when it's bad. And I think the worst actor could have looked at this, the worst person to critique a movie or critique a show, and could have saw the lack of interest that everybody expressed in this episode. It just seemed like nobody gave a it seemed like no one cared. It just seemed like everybody just came there and maybe they did a double take, like maybe they take one episode and take one like right afterwards, and everybody was like really tired because it just seemed like everybody was so damn tired. Like, and I don't know, but I'm looking at the credits and I'm trying to figure out who, they have the same director from the first episode of season 7, and that episode's directing was different, but it was good, man. It kind of put in us in that suspense mode and everything. And the one thing I was looking for this episode was some tension. I was looking for tension between characters because different ideologies. When you have different ideologies, when people talk about politics, they get upset. So we're talking about life and death. We're talking about choosing to go to war with the freaking um, saviors, or choosing to continue to be their slaves. And we have these two budding ideologies, basically one to preserve life and one to bring freedom. And everybody just seemed like, meh. Well, I mean, there was literally points where like, okay, Daryl gets left behind at Hill, not no, not Hilltop. He gets left behind at the Kingdom, and Rick tells him to stare down King Ezekiel to get him to agree with him. That's just, I don't know, and it just seemed like the lines and the acting just was not meshing. It was something in the space-time continuum that was just turning it all into a big pile of meh. right? It was just like, it just did not go well. There's a couple other things I want to touch on as far as the episode goes. Like, I do feel like it did a good job with getting from one point to the next. I mean, like, we all know what's coming, kind of, right? Okay, if you don't read the comic books, you kind of know what's coming. Like, okay, like, they're about to fight Negan. So we don't have to go through the whole everybody join together, everybody get on the same team deal. Like, how long is. So I'm glad they're kind of just pushing through that. And I'm sure they're going to find a reason to get the kingdom on board. I'm kind of thinking somebody's going to have to die. Like, it's either going to be that one kid, Benjamin, his brother, or that one night guy who's like ready to go at all times. It's going to have to be one of those guys to get it through Ezekiel's head that Rick and his group are right, because at the end of the day, Negan is unstable. He does whatever the heck he wants, and sooner or later, he's probably gonna kill you or have sex with somebody that you love. That's just how it usually goes with Negan. So anyway, more stuff happened in the episode. Basically, they get to so the episode is called "A Rock in the Road," right? And that's because of this parable that Rick tells to King Ezekiel. And I feel like it could have been so much more powerful if the acting was actually genuine. It just seemed so disingenuous. I don't think the acting was bad. I think the camera angles, it was something about it that it just didn't mesh. It just didn't bring any, like, I didn't feel like I was investing in the characters. I feel like the characters just felt like they just didn't feel like it mattered. It just felt like if anything happened, honestly, it felt like nothing could have happened. It felt like this episode was straight up filler. Like, it felt like this episode was filler. It felt like everybody knew they were gonna survive. And the only thing that happened that was kind of weird was towards the end of the episode. But before we get there, okay, so we got a point where Rick and crew, after being told by King Ezekiel that, we ain't rolling, we still gonna be working out here for good old Negan, and hopefully he won't come around in a bad attitude and have intercourse with somebody that we love, because he tends to do that and take other people's stuff. But I'm gonna try to work with possible rapists. But anyway, so Negan is not in this episode. We have his number 2, who appears later on, and before he appears, Rick and gang run into a trap that was laid out probably by the saviors for a horde of walkers. A horde, like big, I won't say a mega horde, but a horde nonetheless of walkers. And it's just a booby trap with grenades, RPGs, all types of cool explosives for Rick and his group to use in the upcoming battle. And so this is when another thing happens that I find kind of weird. Rosita is suddenly like EOD, and she's like just disarming bombs. Like when I didn't know she was a freaking bomb squad. Like I didn't know she had these abilities. Honestly, I thought the only person who had that background was Abraham. And Rosita just basically learned everything she learned from Abraham. But anyways, and also Rosita said something very weird to Sasha that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I get it. They had sex with the same guy. They, they don't have to be friends. But it just felt unnecessary for her to say what she said. It just felt so stupid. But you know what? I'm a guy. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean like I might have gotten mad or whatever if I was friends with somebody and they did the same thing. And you know, yeah, definitely if I was dating a girl and a dude did, what happened with Rosita and Sasha, if a dude got with my chick, then yeah, okay, I would be pretty PO'd. I don't think, I guess the end of the world changes the way you have conversations. So, anyways, I just thought that was kind of weird the way she brought that up. But anyways, EOD, Rosita proceeds to take out all these bombs. After that, um, Hard comes. Rick and Michonne team up. They get the wires that were connected to the bombs, connect them to cars, drive down the road. Real cool scene. Takes out a horde of zombies. At least half of the horde. Jumps in the car. And then this is when this was like almost, at least in my opinion, like Martha level, Batman versus Superman level line delivery right here by Michonne when she said, "We are the ones who live." The way she said it and the lack of intensity in the moment and just the lethargic acting that I felt throughout this episode, it just felt like, man. Look, I believe that this is just like probably not a good episode and it's gonna build up like later on. Walking Dead is great to me. I'm not trying to bash the show, but tonight just felt weird. Like the whole deal, everything felt weird. But anyway, so continuing on, Rick and the crew, they get back to Alexandria in time, and then you have Negan's right hand man, Trevor from GTA, whatever his name is. He pulls up, basically looking for Daryl, but Daryl is at the hilltop. So it felt like a lot happened, and it didn't really give us time to adjust to what was going on. Like everything just felt like fast, but everything also felt like it didn't have really any weight to it. It just felt like, and it didn't really feel that organic or anything. But in the beginning of the episode, Pastor, um, you know what I'm talking about. What's his face? Whatever his name is. Anyways, the pastor, one that people used to not like, but we can tolerate him now. He grabbed a bunch of stuff and he left. Anyways, Rick finds out he left. Pantry's half empty. No, it's straight up empty all the way. Rick and crew proceed to go and find him because they feel like he wants them to find them. And then they run into some very weird looking village people who look like they could be part of the Saviors, but I don't think they are. And Rick gives the weirdest, creepy cliffhanger smile I think I've ever seen. Like, I've never seen a cliffhanger that was quite so weird. Like, he has whole crew surrounded and he gives this smile just like I don't know I don't know what that meant, but whatever that was, Rick must have saw something. Anyways, it seems like it's gonna be revealed next episode unless they pull a Glenn on us and then instead of finding out if Glenn was under the dumpster or not, they go to some other characters that we don't care about like right now. Like, I don't know, like Carol or Daryl and what they're doing right now. Look, I understand The Walking Dead wants to experiment with the way they do their episodes, and they're very successful. They often do a great job, but I just think we just need simple episodes, good acting. So simple episodes, good acting, good camera angles, good editing, and that's it. That's all we need. The story is basically great. The source material is great. We don't need the extra stuff for the rest of these episodes because after this we have to wait all the way until, when is it, August or October, whenever the next premiere is. We have to wait basically till fall for another premiere, and it's just like, don't ruin these last episodes, please. You want to enjoy them. And I just feel like the only thing that ruined this episode for me was not the story. I get where it was going. Not every story, not every episode can be full of action. Not every episode can be full of intense moments. But it just felt like this episode lacked any type of awareness of itself. It just felt like a freaking Kanye shrug of an episode. So me, I gotta give it a 2.5 out of 5. I would have gave it a 3 out of 5, but the camera angles were, it just, the filming looked like they didn't care. So anyways, it wasn't a bad episode, like in every way possible. It was just a bland episode with very acting. One more thing I want to talk about: the music. Like, did anybody hear this? It was like at one moment, like I swear they started playing techno music or like house music or something, and I've never heard that on The Walking Dead. I think they have a great soundtrack. Just use the normal stuff. Like, I don't know what the heck. I don't know. It felt like they got that music off of freaking YouTube royalty-free search. Like, they would just random search royalty-free music, got it from YouTube, and edited it into the episode because it was so. But I'm looking forward to next week's episode, hoping that The Walking Dead redeems itself. All we need, like I said before, is stick to the story, good acting, good editing, good camera angles. Stick to the story. It's already a good story. We already got good actors. Just please act the way you guys usually do, and edit the way you guys usually do, and I think the rest of the season will be okay. But it just felt like this is like the first episode I've ever watched The Walking Dead where I was just like thoroughly, I have no type of excuse I can make for it. I didn't expect it to be insanely good, but it just felt like everybody was tired. So anyways, that's my review, Walking Dead season 7 mid-season season 7 mid-season review. Wait. Season 7 mid-season premiere episode number 9. And that's my review. Alright guys, so rate, comment, subscribe. Tell me what was your favorite moment of the episode. Did you have a favorite moment? Did you like the music? Did you like the acting? Am I wrong? Or did you sense what I sensed? Like, it just felt like no one cared. Anyways, Argon wins. Signing off. Alright, peace.